Fuck. All right, we're rolling.
Planet B
Presents
Cult and Culture Podcast.
Welcome to episode 47 of the Cult and Culture Podcast. I'm Luke Hinshaw.
I'm Justin Pearson.
Today's episode features
Cumgirl8.
Hello and welcome to Feminist or Feminaut, the show where we debate the validity of women's self-expression. I'm your host, the AI hologram of the collective unconscious perception of second-wave feminist philosopher Susan Sontag. And today I'm talking to the band Cumgirl8. Now my first question has got to be, what in God's name is a cum girl, and why is that something you want to be?
Susan, this isn't something that we chose to be. We were born this way. You see, the thing that's separating you, any human or humanoid, from becoming a cum girl is cum, Susan. It's cum.
really good.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so let me just say, this is the first podcast we've done where we didn't know the people in advance, which is very odd and weird for us.
And it was exactly 24 hours in advance.
Yeah. A good friend of mine, Nick Barnett, reached out and was like, hey, they want to hang out or have you guys hang out and go to the show or whatever in San Diego. And then Allison Wolf from Bratmobile did the same thing. And then their sound engineer, Dickie, also did it. I was like, geez, there's a lot of people like on our ass. So we hit them up, and I am so glad that we did the podcast with them. It was, I mean, it just exceeded every expectation. And then also I saw them play live. They had a lot of technical difficulties. It was their first night of tour. They had some problems with gear, and they still fucking killed it. It was sick. So one of my new favorite bands. Yeah, Cumgirl8. It's awesome. Really strange, bizarre thing. We dive into what it is because it's multi-layered, not just musical. You can get into that and dig it. Anyhow, if you like this podcast, we suggest you research this band a little bit more and support them. Check them out on tour or whatever. And we'll see you on the other side.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm Chase.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you do what in the band? So these are the things.
I am a proud member of the collective Cumgirl8.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you play?
Drums, other stuff, sing, bass, and whatever. We just kind of get into a room and make things.
Yeah.
But
especially
I love the drums.
Yeah. Especially with this record, we switched around on instruments a lot.
And you?
I sing and play bass mostly, and I did a lot of synth in this record.
So the reason why I asked it, well, it's funny because everyone always has a problem introducing themselves.
Yeah.
But it's because, so you called it something before we started recording, the multi-layered, it's not a band, it's like
multidisciplinary.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hyper-dimensional post-reality of Cumgirl8. It's a multiverse.
So it's not but okay, but on like the earthly level, it's not just it's not just a band. It's like we're also
it's a collective.
A thing.
Collective is what we call it, or I don't know. There's some. It's just like we all have really nearly debilitating ADHD.
Yeah.
So
I think when you get into like doing weird music, you're pretty fucked.
You're just fucked in the head.
Yeah,
we're fucked in the head. But we are here on a mission from God, so we just make as much as we can to make our world immersive and invite people into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's the music, there's the TV show,
yeah.
there's fashion. What else is there?
Videos,
Yeah.
film, design. We want to make.
Wow.
Oh, I honestly don't want to say the objects that we want to make because I don't want someone to make it before us.
But we would like to make some objects.
We have
That's
some
cool.
objective ideas.
Like, so, because also you guys are activists.
Absolutely.
So the objects thing, I'm thinking of like weird pranks or something. I don't know.
Ooh,
you know?
yeah.
Like, do you,
Yeah,
do you
that's
do stuff
a
like
cool
that?
idea.
Like,
Hey.
what do you mean?
Stop giving them ideas.
Yeah. No, we're definitely schemesters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny you should say that because there was a scheme. It's going to happen at a later date.
Okay.
That was going to happen after our show, but I was like, okay, this is like 4 a.m.
It was a little...
And
It was a little
half-assed.
ambitious.
It was ambitious. It was
to
ambitious.
try and make it happen at 2
I had the
a.m.
buckets. I had a squeegee. I had
For tonight?
A marvelous
No.
woman. No, this is our record release party.
in New York.
But there is an incredible activist and performance artist and just an absolute lifer named Crackhead Barney that we just started collaborating with
That's a great
in New
name.
York City. She's doing the shit that someone needs to do. So yeah, you should check her out. I mean, she's like she's
Crackhead
radical.
Barney?
Yeah. Crackhead Barney is a bit radical. She's sick. And
So she's a
yeah.
Democrat. I'm just joking. Everyone's like the radical Democrat.
She's like staunch Democrat. She's a
something
centrist,
else.
actually. I call her a centrist.
Let me
She's
just go ahead and
really
say, like,
middle of the road.
I do not identify with. I'm just so sick of like people being like the radical Democrats. I'm like that's offensive to radicals to say that. But
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no such thing.
yeah. So
But
like
she's besides her, she's radical.
She's radical in every way.
that's
Yeah.
great. That's cool.
She's actually probably the most normal person if you really think about it,
Actually.
because she's just fucking real.
Yeah.
But it is just like a stream of consciousness. Like to be in her presence is just kind of you're feeling every thought instead of one and then the other and the other.
That's
Totally.
It's really cool.
That takes a special talent, or I mean, it's a
Absolutely.
talent. DNA.
Yeah, well, she's a genius too. I think it helps. She's just
What do you
very smart.
What do you think about like? So, I have a couple stupid questions. Like for one, your band name seems like it might be hard for certain people because I was like, "Fuck, you guys are on 4AD and that's cool." And then I don't know. I always have problems with. I have a band called Deaf Club, and everyone's like, "Is anybody really deaf?" And
Oh
then
my
we're like,
God.
no. And then so I thought like, "Oh, do you guys have problems like with your band name?" I don't know.
Do we?
It sounds like a stupid question, but I was
yeah.
thinking
We
like,
do. I feel like it's getting a little bit easier maybe, but especially at the beginning we were censored constantly. And like with YouTube, our name was taken down, our channel was taken down. Our emails get censored sometimes.
Our Instagram
It's hard
was
to-
deleted.
Yeah.
but it's like one word though,
10K
right?
deleted.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
10K?
something. It was the first time we had an Instagram account, and it was more of it really had nothing to do with the band. I think it was a meme.
It was
account.
mostly
People
memes.
thought we were like 16-year-old boys. I think, but
But it did have all the early band stuff on there.
yeah, it's all gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took it down right when we were like famous at 10K. And this is like in the middle of pandemic too, so it was
Yeah.
really
That's all we
heart-wrenching.
had.
and that's
Yeah.
that's what inspired our second
Second
EP, R.I.P. Cumgirl8.
It was about dying on Instagram.
Yeah, or on the internet because we do exist on the internet.
Yeah.
You know. And I don't know if you've realized, but like our releases are all going with the life cycle.
There was our birth as Cumgirl8
Yeah.
on this planet
And then R.I.P. Cumgirl8.
when we died.
Okay.
And this is the 8th coming, so we've resurrected ourselves.
Mhm. The
We're here to
rebirth.
help. It's the rebirth.
There was also the Heavenly Fantasy Farm period.
Yeah, I forgot Fantasy Farm. That was more like purgatorial.
Limbo,
Limbo.
Heavenly Farm.
So how do
but
you,
underwater.
What happened? They just took it down. You're like, fuck, start over again. You're gonna have the same obstacles, right?
Yeah.
I think we were actually R.I.P. Cumgirl8 for a minute until our name became open to the ether. And
Yeah, because the name was, you couldn't take the name back. We had to, how did we end up
we had
doing
to wait
that?
for it to die.
It took a
and then-
long
Yeah,
time.
one day we just like wrote Cumgirl8 to like change the name, and it
Yeah.
went.
We tried to get in touch with them,
Yeah.
but it was really hard, and eventually I guess
It's
it just
impossible.
expired.
Yeah.
So then we got our name back.
Whoa, that's so weird, and not an issue again though.
No, well, we got verified,
Yeah.
so that helps.
But we still get censored a lot.
We do get censored.
Like they delete
Yeah.
posts and
the
limit what you
BBC
can do.
makes us say CG8.
Whoa,
Vogue makes us say CG8.
whoa.
But it is really cool. Just, I mean, in the last like 4 years, watching the tides change,
Yeah.
and now people are really coming
Yeah,
around to
Pun
it.
intended, yeah.
You know,
Uh,
and it's like,
Just
I
too
mean,
slow, though.
but that's indicative of society. I think it's like there's like such a crazy push to take away the rights of women and female bodies and anyone's body. But at the same time, I think there's like a thought revolution. So people are actually not offended by the idea of cum next to girl. Yeah. It's cool. It's really cool to see it happen.
And the label embraced it, I guess. That's
Yeah, they've been really supportive.
It's such a legendary label, so I was like, oh, this is sick. And then when I dove into the band's pretty brief history so far, I was like, oh, this is so sick. And it was, I'm a little bit jealous. I wish our band was on that label. So it was cool to see that. And I was just like, oh man, where's there has to be the social obstacles. And so, yeah, there you have it, I guess.
Yeah. No, we got really, really lucky, and we're in like such good hands. It's insane.
I wonder if you have problems on tour. Is this your first tour?
No.
With the name.
First time out here, though, right?
We actually came to the West Coast the first time in 2020, early in the year before the pandemic. We're actually out here when it started.
Oh.
Yeah, we were stuck in LA.
Here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Were you in here?
we were in here.
No
Yeah.
way.
We
This
started
very room.
Satanic Planet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So what were we saying before you interrupted?
Our
name.
names. Do we have a problem with our names on tour?
I mean, I feel like when we went, we were on the East Coast in 2022 and touring in the South a bit, and our name on flyers and stuff got censored. And also for some festivals, it's gotten censored.
Yeah.
But recently, not so much.
Yeah.
That's crazy for festivals, too.
Yeah.
I think people should... I'm out for censorship, but I'm like, they're fucking booking the other garbage band, and
Right.
like won't allow your name on there. So it's
Right.
kind of wild.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I mean, I figured maybe at some point you're hoping for like actual protesters or what, like something.
Absolutely. Yeah, pickets.
Yeah.
Picketers.
That is fun to have that happen.
Have you had that happen?
Yeah.
You had
Wow,
picketers?
really?
Yeah, we play in this band called Satanic Planet, and
Yeah.
there was like protesters outside, and then I was throwing stink bombs at them, and they didn't. That was fun.
They're like, oh.
You just like
It's
kind of
me.
just be like, hey, yeah, and then you like kind of throw it in the air.
That's
and then,
brilliant.
Oh my
and,
God.
Yeah, it's fun to know that's happening.
That's so
Speak bombs
cool.
smell like holy water, by the way.
Stop.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. To me, when I first like dove into what the band was about, it reminded me of like an attempt at. When I was younger, I really liked PIO a lot. And I thought. I remember seeing early interviews with Keith Levine and John Lydon where they're like, we're not a band. And you're just like, and I thought, that's cool, but like, you are just a band, And so I was like...
Show us the fashion line, Phil.
That's the thing is, like, if they would have done like one other thing, like they didn't really do the other thing. So I'm glad that you guys did it. I mean, I think it's a bold move, and I guess I know what Lydon was trying to do, but I when I was a kid, I was always just like, man, you guys aren't really a corporation or a company or a thing that's like bigger than a.
That's so funny. You were like calling them out.
I mean, I was 12. I didn't know how to. I would have called them out if I could. Could have,
Chat rooms.
But it was an inspiration because I did think like, oh, you could do something a little bit because they tried. I mean, I think it came from like maybe I don't know. I'm not the Sex Pistols doing like the Great Rock and Roll Swindle or something, but that's still just like a movie. It's like
right.
It's just not the next level of a thing.
Yeah.
Besides music, so I don't know. I'm glad that you guys did it and accomplished it.
Thank you.
To some extent. I mean, what do you think would be like? I don't know. I want to know about your. Like,
we should probably have like an island. Maybe we could like found some kind of piece of land and rule it.
Well,
there's lots in Waco, Texas.
Oh yeah.
But you know how like you
are open to it over there.
I heard it's really lovely out there.
Yeah, great beverages.
But you know how you were saying like the activist side of things. I feel like we're ready for that. Like, and also come November, if this podcast comes out before or after, we're probably gonna have to start honing in on that stuff.
Yeah, that's wild. It's crazy that we're on tour during.
Oh, you'll be on tour during the election?
The whole thing. We'll actually be
or we'll
be flying to Europe on the 5th.
The 5th.
Oh,
so the 4th is the
vote
election,
early. We're getting the
right?
fuck out of here.
Yeah.
The 4th is election day, or the 5th is election day. We're voting early on the
vote
5th.
Yeah.
The 6th. It might be the 6th.
Yeah.
It's somewhere right around there.
It's going to be fucked
6th.
either way.
Yeah.
It's fucked either way.
I don't want to like dive onto the political thing, but should we do that? Because I think that might be.
Yeah, I
Sure.
mean, yeah.
Are you exhausted from it?
I'm,
You don't
well,
want
not exhausted. It's just it was going to put me in a headspace.
I know. But why do
But
we
we
do
should
this
go
stuff?
there. This is why we do
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
Start.
Here we are.
Ding.
It's so fucked. It is so
really-
incredibly fucked. But I always reference this thing like I wonder how it was to be like a teenager or in my 20s or 30s during the Vietnam War. And
Right.
like, how that must have felt. I mean, especially without the connection of social media where you just really couldn't wrap your head around the validity of something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's not as detrimental as it might have been. I don't know. I grew up during like
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a draft right now, but it's like, I don't know. We're seeing literally what's I get. But didn't they started actually having TV broadcasts of Vietnam. That's like when it first started. They first started showing war footage and stuff. And I mean, that's what we're having. It's like every time I open my phone, I see that there's a fucking act of genocide. And we're funding it, and I'm paying my taxes, and that's like fucking insane.
It is.
So yeah, it's probably very comparable. Except, yeah, we're not being drafted.
That's why I had made that joke about the Democrat, the radical Democrat, because I'm not. I don't want to ask too many. I don't want to cross the line with the questions, but like I feel like people that are progressive and on the left are having a hard time like saying, "Oh, I support this administration because of this, and that," and I'm like, well, so I always have this like perception like. Like when I get to heaven, I'm going to ask to see the upstairs because like, why do we just go like, oh, we're going to vote for this one party that's still fucking over a portion of the planet causing genocide, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why we limit ourselves with that.
Yeah.
Choosing the lesser of two evils, and it's like not. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we have to go back and study, how revolutions start.
Exactly.
For the third party to emerge, I think we just can't be complacent in the idea of we've just got to pick one so Trump doesn't get elected. But I'll be super honest, I actually have not decided if I'm going to write Jill Stein or Kamala. I mean, yesterday I was just listening to, there's like I'm like, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I listened to the Call Your Daddy podcast and Kamala was on it.
Oh.
And they're just, I mean, it's just the abortion shit is just really
Call Your Daddy podcast
scary.
is like the biggest podcast in like right now.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. And bless her, she's great. It's like, it's cool. I listen to it. I don't know why I'm talking shit, but,
I don't know.
I don't know. The lesser than evil thing to take it back there. It's like crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's,
Jill Stein is pretty impressive. I met
she's
her
cool, huh?
in
You
San
met
Diego.
her?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pokies actually is really weird.
Really?
And it was, I mean, I was just like, whoa, I didn't really like, I wish I had prepared. I wasn't expecting to see someone like that there. This was many years ago. I don't know when she started running at first, but it was, I knew who she was. I used to work with, like the Revolutionary Communist Youth Brigade and stuff like that. So I kind of was like, oh shit, Jill Stein, this is really bizarre. She was doing something in San Diego. Anyhow, she was rad. I think maybe there might be, every politician has some kind of issue associated with
all
them.
fucking politicians. I mean,
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I think like going back to like Bernie, like Bernie Sanders seemed like pretty fucking legit.
Yeah, but he's like kind of like a Zio guy, huh?
No, I think he came or he switched. He like.
Is he? But it's like Caitlin Clark isn't going on the record either. She's like, let's just be nice to each other. It's like, no, say stand
Actually
10 toes
say
down,
that.
stand 10 toes
So
down
Zio guy,
on your
though,
business.
That's a term.
I'm about to get so canceled from whichever, but like, I
We're
don't
trying.
know.
Yeah,
We're
let's do
trying.
this.
And then like, it's like, if you asked me like yesterday, I would have been like, fuck all of this, burn it all down, and I'm not participating in anything. Like, this is hardline, moralistic decision.
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't even be considering, at all using my vote to propel this atrocity. But I'm speaking a lot right now.
But I
I'm
just
sorry.
also wonder
What's gonna happen?
Yeah,
we have to like this is. I mean, they were like they literally killed a cop at the insurrection. Like shit is. These people are fucking nuts. They're killing their own.
Well, it wasn't a regular person, but
Yeah.
I'm just joking. That's like,
wow, we're gonna go there. Let's go.
that was a
Let's go
I
all
know.
the
what's
way
that
there.
movie? What's that from? That Quentin Tarantino film where they're like, they killed a cop and they're like, he wasn't a regular person. That was, yeah, but it is crazy because they're like, that's the Law and Order,
Yeah, dude.
thing, the politician, and they're like, whatever, the fucking cops died or something. It just seems bizarre. I can't figure out what world we're in, but I do.
That's why we have the 8th coming.
Okay, so let's
What's
get back on
that?
track. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's here for that, but I think it's mostly to help navigate through like the crazy internet world and the AI memeplex that's taken over our lives, where we don't know what's real or what's fake, but it just helps us lean into it and go through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's
wait.
like fully like post-reality. Like that's what's happening. We don't know what's right or what's wrong even at this point. Everything is so blurry.
Right.
You know, and right, like AI is like I honestly like I feel like I'm such a grandpa when I get on there and I like constantly think AI is real. Like I don't even fucking know. You know, so it's like okay, we have this we decided we're creating a new compass to navigate this new world where it's okay, you can either like philosophically like oppose it or just lean into it.
Yeah.
And this doesn't have to be scary. We can't, you know, people were scared of cameras when they were invented too.
course.
Like this is, it's a whole fucking perspective shift. I mean, this is like, everyone's talking about it. And, you know, this is just our own little idea about how to navigate it. But it's like, we can't fight
It's
it.
sad, especially
We have to go somewhere else.
for kids now too with phones. Their whole reality is right through that screen, and they're just so
echo chamber.
influenced on whatever is like flashy and this, and they believe in that, and it's just I see it all the time, and it fucking
It seems so
breaks my
depressing.
brain and breaks my heart. Like I don't understand it, but yeah, I think there should like I don't know. I think I'm gonna go back to a flip phone.
Yeah.
Sick.
The
really
algorithm.
I feel like
cute
there's gonna
flip
be
phones.
there's some
I
cute
know.
ones. I think there's gonna be like a renaissance.
I'm gonna just pop it out like fucking,
sidewinder.
like a Zippo letter.
Let's
like,
go.
and have to text like doot 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 doot.
Yeah.
Oh my
Don't
god,
even have the T9.
The T9. Yeah. It'll take like 20 minutes to say, hey.
Somebody's getting thumb cramps.
So this, what'd you guys just call it? Second Coming?
The 8th coming. That's the name of our record.
8th
Yeah,
Coming.
which is
But-
like a.
Oh, so it's the name of the album. So
That's the name
like
of
the
our
next thing,
album,
yeah.
and that's the concept.
But why the 8th?
It's a concept
Why
album.
The 8 or
Well, the 8 is infinity on its side,
okay.
which I guess that
We're always
infinite.
eights are very symbolic to us.
symbolic. They're the divine feminine in numerology. There's infinite answers and infinite. There's no right or wrong. 8.
Spiders have 8 legs.
We like
Spiders.
8, like we do this, and like we eat, like we ate, like
They ate.
like
She ate that.
we ate. We're full.
Octopus.
Octopuses are great. Tribate. Have you heard of the band Tribate?
Oh, they wouldn't let my band play with
Yeah.
them.
Damn, that's fucked
I
up.
know,
L7
I
is
know.
A. Cumgirl8.
8,
7, 8.
9.
8's just kind of just, it came to us. That was actually the name of the sex chat that we met when we were around.
Yeah, that's the planet that we
That's
were
the planet.
originally from.
Okay.
Before
so
we were on
I want
it.
to talk about that in a
Really
second.
old.
But Tribe 8, man, when I was 15, my band was supposed to play them at Gilman Street, and they were like, "Nope, you guys are all men," and we're like, "Dude, I'm barely a man. I'm
sick.
15."
Not even a
And
man.
they wouldn't let
That's
us
it.
play, and we fucking didn't get to play the show.
Wow.
And I was like, I have to give it to them though. I was like, that's
That's
pretty
so
sick.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is creating a world.
We were bummed though.
That's
I
the
bet.
thing.
because
That,
we're like,
that
we're
Pill
not the
didn't
dumb
do.
band. We're like, not, like, let us play. We want
Yeah.
to fucking rage with you all.
Of course.
It didn't happen, but
But you tried.
But you tried, and
Playing
it's
weird.
the journeys that.
Yeah.
it was
It's not the
definitely
journey,
eye-opening
it's the-
or
yeah.
something brain-opening. But
Fuck yeah.
it felt really really weird.
That's great. Wait, and you were like 15.
At 15 or 16, I
Were
remember.
you mad
yeah.
at them?
You know, it was crazy because it was this band that I was in, and we were very, very political, and we were all considered ourselves feminist, and so and it
Yeah.
was Gilman Street, and for whatever reason, they were just like, nah, that band can't play. There's no women in the band. We're like, fuck, what are we gonna do? Like, we're broken. You know, we were like, we just needed to play, and
Yeah.
it was a bummer, but I was kind of I think we all just were like, what are we, like, we can't. It would have been like very. patriarchal for us to be like, we're gonna fucking play.
Exactly.
You know? Like we're just like, whatever, you know, we're just gonna take the night off, I guess. And
but for a 15-year-old to come to that's really.
I mean, I was already dialed in. I remember, like,
yeah, you were woke.
I played with, I don't know about that, but we played with. I remember playing with Bikini Kill, and Kathleen was like talking all this shit. You guys are all fucking straight men, you know, and I'm like, we're not all straight, and like it was kind of a weird, it was like a weird time. But hardcore back then in the 90s was like was terrible,
right?
And you're like, yeah, you're probably fucking Krishna, you know, or there's that
right.
whole issue. So it was like I get it, but I was just like, I love Bikini Kill, please don't shit on my band. But we got through it. It's fine.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the so the thing came from a webcam name. Your band name came from a web.
Yeah, it's our planet,
or like
our chat,
and instant messenger name. It's a lot of different concepts tied up. Do you know AOL Instant Messenger?
Never heard of it. No,
okay.
Yeah, I do. Like,
okay,
I'm old enough.
That was like the original or something, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's kind of where we all, like, in our human bodies, came into our own sexual identity. So it only made sense that, like, our name would be like a handle. The sex chat.
Yeah.
It's like it's all dialed in from that world. 8,000 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that was coming to this lifetime, but we have been operating for 8,000 years.
So is this like story about your existence public, like through the band? Like,
Yeah, it's in like
there's a
every
manifesto.
interview. Yeah, we do have a manifesto.
We do. Yeah.
How do you?
A new manifesto for this album.
And how do you get that?
Through
By the album.
It's sent to us.
Yeah.
How does like the
It's sent
fan or
through-
the reader
through
or the
the-
listener?
Oh, how do they receive it?
Yeah, how do we know like what your manifesto is?
We made
That's a great
Bibles.
question. Yeah, we have
and
Bibles.
the manifesto is in the Bible.
You
we
made
can give you
physical
one.
Bibles?
Yes.
Yeah, we have one in the van if you
shit.
need.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
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 Sick. Yeah, we'll give you.
Can you explain how that all happened? So you published a book?
Yeah, or it's like a
Yeah,
zine
can you call
book.
it published if you make it yourself? We made a book.
Published
Yeah.
it yourself.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. We're selling it on tour.
Cool.
Yeah, we don't have a distributor
No,
yet.
What about 480?
I have. Well,
they would have, but I think it's cool to like.
yeah, we generally do the merch ourselves
Yeah.
because it's better for us.
We give them. We honestly we give them so much shit to do.
Yeah,
already.
that
they
too.
don't. They don't need to like be in our Bible right now.
Also,
too
like a
much.
label.
They got blessed. They're like so good to us. It's insane.
Yeah.
But a label functions like a label. They're like, what the fuck is this other thing you're
Yeah, they're not doing
No, they
360
were-
deal shit like I want your merch. They're like,
No,
we want the
they're-
music. You
It
know,
was an
which is really cool.
agreement.
They
were
respect
like, yeah.
that. Yeah.
And also, they already like fronted so much money for other things. They were like, if y'all can do that one, that would be great.
Yeah. Man, just
Do what one?
Or
pay,
we can
pay for,
the
Bible.
Bible.
Yeah, we
to be
actually
made.
we did. You're right. We did approach them, to pay for it, and they were like, "You should get more jobs."
And did you explain like what your thing was? Like you're like, we want to make a Bible, and they're just probably like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
That's
They were
the
just super
funniest thing
into
about
it.
them, is they like get
They're
it.
down for whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I mean, I think they are kind of like the originators of having like weirdos on their label.
Totally.
All the legit like OGs were doing that shit.
Yeah,
birthday
they just
party,
take
I
everything
know.
in stride. They're like, oh yes, of course, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like you're, I mean, you guys are the new generation of that, like
Right.
of the best of the best. Like that's so sick.
Have you read the comments on the 4AD Instagram
Oh my
page?
God.
Whenever
I
they
hate that
post
stuff.
us,
They are
do you know what I'm
psychotic.
talking about?
Oh, it's gonna be terrible, right?
Yeah.
It's
terrible? Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
All of their like the 4AD like biggest fans,
Yeah.
like their legacy, like what is fucking troll people hate us.
Good.
It's so
a lot of
cool.
them. Well, it's pretty divided actually.
Yeah, we're
a lot of
starting to get
people love
nicer
it.
comments.
But
And
you
a lot
know,
of
The
people
ones who have
hate
to take the
it.
time to comment are like, it's so. They're like,
That's-
4AD's wash, like 4AD's trash.
Yeah.
Like, what's happened to the legacy?
Loyalists suck.
It's I cool.
But for
I
me,
know we love
for
it.
me, I
Love
was.
it.
I mean, I thought 480 was kind of like not. I don't want to sound like a dick, but I was kind of like, oh, I don't know what the label's up to. And then
Yeah.
when I saw that you guys were on it, I was like, oh, this is sick,
Cool.
and this is really, really nice that there's like a really great modern band on the label, which. I'm sure there's been them. I just haven't known about it. But
Yeah.
but I think that if people are hating you that much, then you're winning because
Absolutely.
when you have people that are indifferent, then you're just like
That's
Right.
when you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hate is sometimes harder to get than
It's
than
harder to make anyone's in 2024 to get anybody
Angry about something?
about anything, or surprised, or shocked, or feel fucking anything is like, it's such a precious gift. Yeah, we feed off of it.
That is
It's like
right, just to
blood.
get them to feel.
Just to get anyone to
Yes,
feel.
yeah.
Oh my god!
To make people feel something.
Just to feel, man.
It's
You know what?
Like, that's the new.
You feel me?
Yeah.
It's crazy. But the fucking the Brazilian.
Oh my
website-
god, this was insane.
I gotta get you this link. It's so funny. There was like some big like rock and roll radio station in Brazil, and they posted the last music video that we did
on their
on
Instagram.
Instagram, and their comments, because I think it's like more of like a top 40 type. Maybe it's a rock station, but it's it's the general
Pretty mainstream.
public. But it's this Brazilian radio station, and you have to translate each comment. But they're so clever. It was like a fucking competition for like the best way to destroy us.
They're
like,
kind of beautiful.
they're so beautiful. It's so
Yeah.
poetic. They're like, oh, we can't.
I
Can't
wish I
wait
could
for the
remember one.
for the comment to hit. Like, when is the apocalypse coming? Like, I can't take this world anymore.
Yeah, please,
like
please
this.
kill me before I hear another sound of this, another song of
They're
this.
so fucking good. I need to read it.
I would have expected
really
good
Brazilian
ones.
people to be a little bit more.
No, we have a huge Brazil.
I think a lot
it
of
was just this thing.
this particular audience was.
And it was just I don't know. Maybe they were baited to do it. It was, but
I
it's,
wonder. It was.
There
It's
have a
so
troll account where you can go
good.
like comment on your own shit without people knowing.
oh, we comment from I like
From
I
our
like
own
get on
one.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'll like invite them to shows and shit, and then like sometimes they like come around, or I get in full.
I just
I get
hate
kind of
like
sick
I don't
with
want
it.
anyone to know like they got my attention. You know? So,
Oh, yeah.
You know,
No, I
like,
don't
oh, they're
care.
paying attention. Like we got them because then they have a little bit of.
They
like,
get a little rise out of
Right.
it.
Or
No,
they-
we
they
come
feel
back
like-
at it with
Yeah.
love, though.
Yeah.
And that really is either shuts them up or intrigues them.
Or confuses
good-
them.
yeah.
Or I go to the page and like every single picture.
Oh, of their own.
Oh yeah, of their own shit. I'm like liking their cat, like
Or
next to their
compliment.
fucking
Leave a
ramen.
reply of
Yeah, love this. It's a cool shirt.
Yeah, that
So what is
chicken
the-
you made looks so great.
Good. Yeah.
What are the
It's so
gripes?
fun.
I mean, I'm assuming it's like a misogynistic.
Yeah,
angle,
people really
or-
hate women.
Yeah.
I think, especially if they feel sexy.
But especially like 4AD though, you feel like that would be a space where people can get wild over there and be
You
and be
think?
and be cool with whatever.
Yeah,
As people get old in their minds,
I guess. Or like
to
this,
keep them open,
or maybe
I
what
guess.
we're doing doesn't make sense if they're older.
Yeah, it's like third wave feminism, and I don't think they quite get the second step of what we're doing. You know, it's like we have agency, so it's actually really sick that we're going to do whatever we want with our bodies.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're literally telling me what to do with my body right now. Do you realize you're a part of the problem? Like,
Wait,
this
in
is-
relation to the like,
into the band. Like,
The
people will
band
say,
and
like,
how we
oh, they're
present
naked
ourselves.
girls. Like, they're so stupid. They can't play their instruments. And, like, oh, this is not feminism. They're objectifying themselves. All this stuff. And we're like, yes, exactly. We're objectifying ourselves. These are our bodies. We have agency over them. And it's just like, that's the fucking pipeline
yeah.
to, like, stoning women is saying, you can't dress like that. That's fucking gross.
And if you're
Like,
dressed
it's-
cute and hot, like it's
Yeah, you really can't conceive the fact that, like, we want to feel sexy.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
like
It's so fun. This is not an audience thing. Like, it's part of, or maybe it is. Like, sometimes you want to be an
It's like the
exhibitionist, but
neoliberal
it's not a
stance.
fucking
right? It's not. It's like the neoliberal stance. Like you can't do that because it's hurting women.
Right,
hurting
exactly.
women.
They're doing it because they want to.
Because
That's-
we
Exactly.
want to. This is
Not 'cause
helping
someone's-
women. Like, it
Yeah.
actually, believe it or not, it feels good to show your body.
Uh-huh.
So,
If you
or
want
if you
to.
want to, or fucking wear 1,000 clothes. I don't know. Sometimes we want to dress up like
I love
lobster.
layers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Layers are hot too. It's just
Lobsters.
like
we dressed up as crabs last
crabs,
Halloween.
Yeah, crabs with fucking
We've dressed
giant
up as
babies
tampons.
with poops on
Yeah.
ourselves.
We like to dress however we want to dress.
Dress however we want.
Good.
Yeah.
And sometimes we wear actually like a million layers, even though we're dressed sexy. We like to wear as much as we can while wearing absolutely nothing.
Live.
So-
That's gotta be
Live,
like a
yeah,
mess,
that's like
right?
the
Yeah.
that's the challenge. That's like the game we play. Like how many not clothes,
How many
can we wear
layers?
while
Yeah.
still being exposed, but not. You know, it's like
This is so funny. So
Stupid.
what is?
I'm gonna try that.
you gotta, yeah, you should
It takes
try
a really long time to get undressed.
There's a lot of belts,
Yeah.
devices. Yeah, the scarf.
I'd always do
here.
shit like, yeah, I'm gonna wear a fucking mask and can't see anything. It's
Yeah,
technical.
masks
That's-
are hard.
Masks are hard.
Well, I don't know because Allison Wolf from Brambleville like tipped me off to y'all. Do you know her?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
She's
I love
so
I love
sweet.
Brambleville. The Locust toured with them, and on one Halloween the Locust were pregnant nuns, and she Or no, we were just like slutty nuns, I guess.
Oh my God, we were slutty nuns one time too.
And then Bramblebee was the Locust, and they're like, we're fucking not
God,
wearing those hot pants and those vests and shit. God. And I was like, wait a minute, why? And they're like, well, it's too revealing. And I was like, just wear it. But they did a good job. They were like they were the
conservative locusts.
The ones that are like, you're exposing too much. We're like, yeah, that's a trip though that you guys get that kind of shit from people. I can't.
It's so fun.
It's fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it literally happens all the time.
It happens all.
Do you get exhausted from it because it's easier?
Or is it fuel?
Okay, in a way, yeah, it's fuel. I mean, the last video that we did was really kind of pointed at them.
Yeah.
Can you? I'm sorry. I wish I knew the names. I've watched them all, but which one would be like the?
Is the name of the song.
Wait.
What's the name of the song?
What are you gonna say? Yeah. Okay. So that was the one that people got juiced up about, huh?
Yeah, they got juiced up about it, but that was like the fucking joke. Is like the whole thing. It's like, welcome, Susan Sontag, and welcome to Feminist or Feminat, where we discuss the validity of women's self-expression. And then I'm this like whatever.
We're like a really religious
church
ladies.
Yeah.
On like we didn't quite get to explore the full concept in the video because the intro is pretty short, but we were like on this like, what is it, QVC type show, just trying to sell a diorama of hell. So we want to like release the rest of the footage at some point, but basically it's like a talk show with Susan Sontag where we're explaining to her this and hell
and our hell and our brand of feminism. But it's great because there's Susan Sontag and then it keeps apparating and then there's another Susan Sontag. It's just so 1 and 2, which plays on the whole post-reality and the fucking AI of it all,
self-obsession,
the narcissism. She finally gets to make out with herself at the end,
and the Susan Sontags fall in love.
They fall in love in Times Square, which is really important.
But this would be like for the whole
Times Square.
Why don't you make the whole thing?
We did have like a full interview and everything. It was just we had to have more about the song than us just talking shit. So we'll.
It seems like you could release
edit
like
and drop it.
Thing.
Yeah, I think that's the idea.
We're gonna have a reality
once
show.
We have time.
Yeah, we're home for like more than 2 weeks. Yeah, there's this really cool place in Manhattan called 93 Canal, and they're like. The goal and what's happening actively right now is it's going to be a 24-hour live stream. So it's kind of like public access, but also reality. So you can always tune in and always watch it, and there's always something going on.
That exists though right now.
Yeah, it's happening right now. You can actually tune in, and they have TVs outside too in Chinatown.
Oh,
and there's different programming.
Yeah, there's other ones too. I think in
I'm sure.
Yeah, probably.
And people would just like, but then they had to censor it because people were like showing their dicks and like doing stupid shit, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like,
no, this is a little more organized. Like they're gonna have programming and shows and like
Well, that was the thing though, because people were tuning in and like seeing like fucked up shit.
Okay.
Someone was fucking on it, and they were just like, we can't. We have to.
Is it like set up in a public space?
I wish I knew more. There was like on a NPR thing they were discussing it, and they were saying how like, I think it was the thing that was a problem was someone was fucking on it, and they were like, oh, we had to like shut it down and censor it, and then there was the whole debate of like censoring, and you're like, well, I mean, they were. I don't know what
if you're not consenting to seeing somebody fuck, I guess that's a problem.
I wonder what like. If somebody's going to tune into that, what they would expect.
Right.
Like, that fucking would be...
It'd probably be boring. Mostly boring. If you're like, oh, bingo, we caught someone fucking.
Right. It's like the Moodang 24-hour
I'm going to just be watching, reading a book.
All right. Someone's like...
oh, he's on page 36.
Right.
This guy reads slow. This guy fucks fast.
Yo.
Watch this guy fuck. Or whatever. I don't like to... Watching somebody's private life, I guess, doesn't interest me.
There was actually something. So I hope I'm not derailing you too much.
Derailing.
Okay. I wish I remember the name of it. Because Emmy was just telling me, and I'm sure a lot of people know about it. But there was this guy who wrote, like a storyline with characters, and then hired people to play these characters. But it was like a reality show. So he filmed them in this like giant mansion house, and they were each embodying these roles, but it was all like improv, so they were like interacting with each other as these characters for like 3 years.
Whoa.
They never broke character.
Wow.
And shit wild. And finally it ended because shit went down, like someone like got raped.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
So it had to be very secretive when they did do. I think in
like
Paris,
a real rape.
like a real rape. I mean, but also like what is
In the
what is
character.
real in the character.
That would
So the character was just
so
making decisions as he would as this. It's like the ultimate method.
That's such a mind.
It's such a mindfuck. And then the whole thing was, of course, it had to be very private with how they showed. Because at the end there was like a gallery show, you know, of like the scenes. So you could walk in, it was very immersive, and you go into these rooms and you see different scenes from this work of art. And I think it was in Paris. And then Emmy was telling me, she was like, it happened. And then she realized like all of the people that she was with was involved with it, but they couldn't tell her because they had NDAs. Like it was super NDA.
Oh yeah.
Up. But yeah, this was like a real fake thing that like went down, 24-hour live stream. Characters fake.
I tried to be on The
I think it
Real
was in
World.
Ukraine.
You know that
Really?
show?
Yeah, really? You auditioned?
Yeah, and they were like, every interview is 3 minutes long, and so my interview was like over 15 minutes.
Oh my god!
And I was like, I fucking got this. This is so sick.
Yeah.
And I wanted, and I had an idea. It was supposed to be for the San Francisco one. With I think I was gonna be this guy Puck.
Yeah, Puck.
Yeah.
I was about to say Puck
Like
when you
the
said
weird,
Real
the
World.
weird fucked up
The
guy.
one who like jumps in the pool and shit.
I guess, but I was like, I had all these ideas, like, oh, I'm gonna get like that band Filth to come and play, and like I'm gonna like do all this crazy shit, and then but I think if you go into, well, it's like the thing you're explaining, it seems like everyone was in on it.
Everyone's in on it.
To me, it's like, how can I fucking get in here and like ruin everything?
Right.
And that's that would be my angle, because there's like the raft survival show recently that's happening.
Really?
Do you guys know about that?
I don't know that one.
They go on a raft. So a friend of mine called me and was like, hey, they need a person to fill in for the raft show, and you like go and you survive on a raft. And they needed like a probably like a normal like Democrat. Like, what were the people we're talking about? The ones that get mad about you showing your body.
Yeah.
So they're like, we need a Democratic like left leaning whatever. And I was just like, I was like, yeah, I'm so fucking far left. I'm like way out there in another plane, and
it came back around again.
And I think that might have been I'm so left that I'm
You're like,
I'm a Nazi.
Shit. There it goes. Now we're there.
No, but I was like, they're like, what? So like, are you like a Bernie guy? And I'm like, well, if I'm gonna vote for someone, it'd be somebody like Bernie, but like I could go even like even further than that. And they're just like, I think they're just like, whoa, this guy is fucking crazy. And I should have kept it cool and been like, yeah, I'm gonna vote for, I don't know what, who was like, it was just like during the Trump administration. I could have kind of angled it.
You got too extreme.
But I wanted to just go on there and like, I don't know, like, I'm not a fighter, but I want to go there and like just fuck some people up and like do something really crazy, and not like that it would be profound, but just like I don't know, like cause a thing, like make it interesting. And then I met this gentleman. His daughter was on it, and she was a they got her as a vegan, and she's a horse rider. And so everyone like trashed her. Well, yeah, they trashed her for like, you're into horses and you're vegan, you're a fucking hypocrite. And so I was like, oh yeah, this would have been like super rad to be on that.
Yeah, you would have fucked her up.
But like, I think that if I don't know, like we kind of. It's like Steve-O or something, like how he would prank, or like Sacha Baron Cohen, someone that can just go and like infiltrate and like destroy it from a comical, artistic side.
Yeah,
we need more of
That's
that.
the best. Yeah, just like the witty troll, you know, a funny.
But I feel like when you were saying
menace.
what your band is, or the entity of what you all do, the group, it seems like it might have that.
I mean, the
performance art
crazy
aspect.
thing is, we don't even do that much crazy shit. We just get, I think, targeted in that way because what we're doing is somehow, we just do our thing, and that somehow is inherently political.
But your Wikipedia says you are.
I mean, we do. We do activism.
Let's believe
we
that.
do.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
believe that. No, we get in there. You know, it's like we're gonna get in there. I'm gonna go and like talk to you when you're talking shit, and like get you to come to the show, and like how much shit do you want to talk when you're here? You know,
do you have people come to your shows that want to like fuck with you?
Never.
No,
Never.
actually.
I wish
I'm gonna
we
do it
haven't.
tonight.
I don't think. Yeah.
It'd
It's
be
really hard.
So fun.
It gets hard. When Satanic Planet played, Lucian
Everyone's
had to
too
like
nice
wear a
to
fucking
us.
bulletproof vest and shit.
I went out there because
Whoa.
I went out with one of the protesters and was hanging out with him, kind of like I was his friend.
Oh fuck! Like you went on the other side.
Whoa.
It's SatanCon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Well, we played at the
then-
Capitol though. And,
No, this was at Sane Con.
oh yeah.
And then I did something to Dick out, and he just flipped out. He was like, see, he is attacking me, and I'm like, I'm not attacking you. I just threw a stink bomb at you. That's it's a little fucking piece of plastic, but they were around the block. Then I had to go.
You're protesters
around, and then all the
incredible.
protesters, and I'm like, fuck, now I gotta walk in between them.
Yeah.
And then, but
the protesters were nice to me when they didn't know I was in the band either.
Okay.
And they're like, you look awesome. They kept saying, like, you look like Fonzie. And I was like, oh my God. Some bullshit like that.
At the Satan Con itself, when they were attacking that trans girl, and I like grabbed her.
Oh, wow.
And
like, not physically attacking her, they're yelling
but
at her.
they were they were getting really
being mean,
close.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
And
they were holding like the signs with like fetuses, and it was like, dude, what are you?
Oh my God,
this is so lame. Like the fucking cheesiest shit, obvious shit.
Yeah.
But there was busloads. There was like
they were bussing him in.
They were busloads, and they would. It was like school buses where the fucking all the windows would come down, and every little. It was crazy. To every window rolled down, the face would come out, and they would just chant like Jesus songs and like Boston kind of
Boston. They were singing
it
Boston.
Wasn't Boston. No,
oh,
it was Boston.
Yeah,
I was just singing Boston songs.
It was
That'll show us box.
There was this girl that they were attacking. And,
my God.
She was keeping her composure, and then just more people came, and then I just talked to her and I said, keep your composure if you want.
Yeah.
I'll walk you out here. And then they started attacking me. That's when I had my God-free shirt on with the zipper hoodie, and they tried to they didn't physically attack me, but I kind of act like it, and the cops came, and then right when
you pretended
up,
like they were.
I opened up my thing, and it just said God-free.
Oh yeah,
and they were fucking
Gilbert
pissed.
Godfrey.
That was originally we wear these shirts called Godfrey.
Yeah.
Originally, Andy was going to do it just Godfrey as like Gilbert Godfrey for people to fucking. I'm glad you're the only person in all these years to fucking. But I said no, make it bold.
Yeah,
make it
go hard.
Godfrey.
Yeah.
So they were pissed when I fucking opened it up, and then the cops were like, "You're not fucking with this guy."
To you?
Yeah.
Wow, that's so nice.
The cops protected me.
Oh, the pigs did that for once.
I know.
Wow.
They did. I don't think. What were they gonna do? Throw a Bible at me?
Yeah.
Well, I don't. They do all. I think
it is kind of funny to challenge them because they were talking all this shit, and I was like, "You got." They're like. They were saying dumb shit. It was almost like Westport Baptist Church. They were just like, it was like one step away from like fag. What is the fag stuff they have? They have those signs that say, like,
burn in hell, fag.
Whatever. All the I was like, you guys, we got to come up with a better slogan, And they're like, what? And I was like, come on, let's get them. Let's get them. You guys are like, this is low hanging fruit, And they were like, oh yeah, like maybe we should come up with a better thing. And then I think they realized that I didn't look like. I don't want to say I looked cool, but they all looked like total dorks.
Right.
And they're just like, what's this guy with the leather jacket trying to talk to us, And I was like, I don't know. I'm just talking shit. And then I
can't believe it didn't tip them off with your like hair.
I mean, they didn't know. They were there only for the singer of the band. But when we played at the state capitol, they were like, he was like, I'm going to set up behind you because if they shoot anybody, they're going to shoot Lucian, the other singer.
Oh my God.
It was so.
Oh my God.
That was the first time
wide,
that's sick.
And I thought that
you thought that you were actually scared for your life.
It felt like
or not
I
scared.
was like, if they're gonna shoot
someone,
he's the first target. So I
yeah.
told him, you and I are setting up on this stage left.
Yeah,
him and the cello players.
Yeah, we hired cello players. Like, put him over there by Lucian, so if anyone gets shot, it's not us.
I grab him. We're going up to the table.
It is a weird feeling. I mean, because I don't know. I think
cool.
It's cool, but at the end of the day, because I don't. The Locust used to get trashed by people.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I just a lot of times when you get beat up, like you're just like, this sucks. It's one thing to get your tire slashed, or all four tires, but when
that happened too.
Yeah,
it's
with
amazing.
The Locust.
You incite so much anger in people that they actually
totally,
physically go out and
usually it's when you do nothing. So you do nothing and you get these people getting juiced up and talking shit. But like when the Locust would tour, I'm not faulting the Yayas at all, but we would tour the States and it'd be fine. And then we went to England with them, and in England people wanted to destroy us. And that was where the police would have to escort us out, and they're like, you have to leave the premises. There's going to be a riot. But then we went to like Spain and Italy, and everyone's like, this is fucking sick, and moshing, and it didn't matter. But it's just the British people.
Wow.
But not in America. It didn't happen.
Does it still happen?
I mean, no. Locust,
I mean,
touring
no,
with them
not
and
anymore.
stuff, but we weren't touring. No. It was. I think because like it was right when the Yayas blew up and got huge, and so we were there. We were homies, and they were like, "Oh, let's bring them with us." And and it was just crazy to think like, "Hey, there's 2,000 people here. If you just wait 30 minutes, your fucking night can get on. You don't have to be super mad." Because they were throwing like full pints at us, and you're like, "Hey, that's 5 pounds a pint or however much they were, and then ruining our gear. Like it was pretty crazy. But then when you like, it's one thing if. I mean, you all are doing nothing. You're just like, we're women playing music, and people are fucking getting bent out of shape.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of similar. Like the Locust was just like, we're just playing annoying music, and you're all getting bent out of shape. So I think it's, I don't think it's cool, but I'm glad that you're inciting a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel lucky though that we're not like physically getting shit thrown at us or our gear broken
at all.
Wait till tonight.
You're gonna come.
In your Gilbert Godfrey shirt.
But I also feel like because of the internet, people are just so much more willing to hide behind that, and they don't want to actually
nobody wants
get
to leave
involved.
their couch.
We talked with this. We had our friend Ken Osborne was on our podcast, and he was talking about like because he gets a lot of hate because he's trap metal. So people in the metal world are like, this is fucking bullshit.
Oh, wow.
And like kind of shit all over him. And he's so sick and great person, very talented, but people were like shitting all over him. And it was, what was my point? Oh, because he was saying like now with the internet, like everyone's kind of able to mix everything very easily. So pre-social media, not internet, but pre-social media, it was kind of like, stick to your lane. If you cross it, it gets
besides Linkin Park, but
which is crazy too. Like, where did that stuff come from? I don't know.
I don't want to even.
You got so hurt.
I got
so hurt by that.
Wait,
you mad about the girl singer? Or?
Wait, what?
Oh,
I lost the trajectory too.
Yeah,
What's up with them?
I don't know the plot. They hired some girl. I think she's like a Scientologist or something.
Oh my god, crazy.
I don't want to speak on it because I think it
sense.
actually is like really dirty shit.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure, but
what's his name spoke out about it. She's part of the Scientologists, and
who the guy from Mars Volta?
Him and his wife.
They're Scientologists too.
They were,
bro.
I mean,
I feel like that checks out.
That does check.
Musically, it checks out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like every rhythm at the same time.
Yeah. I think it's like, but the Scientology thing's like, to me, seems like a classist bourgeois kind of thing. Like, oh, you're filthy rich, join this fucking bullshit.
Yeah, you have to like
thing.
pay tons of money to like.
There's no poor people that sign up for that shit. As far as I
think
can
you have to
tell.
buy into it. Like,
I think they get
hundreds
poor
of thousands
people and
of
trap
dollars.
them into it.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
But
They have
then
to
they,
live in the
own
barracks.
them, basically.
They live there.
Well,
they're called like
Christianity.
plebes.
Christianity gets
Yeah, they
off
actually.
the poor.
Yeah, they
people.
prey on the poor people.
Yeah.
But then they're
Lost
like, oh, you
people.
can make a bunch of money if you pay us like $50 or something, and then they keep.
And then Tom Cruise.
Indentured
you-
servitude.
Yeah.
But then it just keeps.
And Will Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Will
all Mars
Smith's
Volta
crazy ass.
record sales.
Beck was a
Beck too.
Beck is?
He's free now. He's free, but yeah, he was in it too.
Man,
Yeah.
Sea Change
Wow.
was such a great album.
Yeah. So every time
He's out
every
now.
time you download a Mars Volta record, do it illegally.
Okay.
Or else the money goes to Scientology.
Every single
That's
time.
insane. Not that I've been downloading their albums, but
I know, or I'm going to.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, no, I like one beat at a time.
Wait,
It's like one rhythm at a time.
That's
man. You
actually
ever tried-
that's not
I was
true.
I was at the show.
Such a chaotic drummer. What are you talking
No,
about?
I'm smooth as fuck. But I was at a show. I was at a festival and they were playing, and it was like I had the audacity to try to like dance, and it was just like as soon as I had like a hit, it was like and I went over here. Like I just could not fucking.
It is the most.
There's no pocket.
I
It
can't.
just changes.
When John Theodore was in the band, he was the.
Oh, it
pocket.
was sick.
Do you know John Theodore?
Nah.
Oh, he's the best. He left a long time ago.
Okay.
Those guys shit all over him, and he's
Really?
he's a badass. He's a genius. He's a
Who did he used to play for?
He's in. I think he's in Queens of the Stone Age now.
Okay.
but he's such a sick guy.
Yeah.
Sick, just one of
They
the
didn't
raddest
like him
drummers.
because he played the same beat, probably.
Maybe, but they also were like, we're not cutting you in on this deal, and they kind of were just giving him like this shit.
Oh, like paying him as a hired guy.
I
or
think
something.
so. I don't want to speak for John. I love that guy, but I don't
Shout
think.
out John.
Yeah, and Juan.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I can't ever figure out. I'm like, where's the? You're just like, I don't know. Like Omar will hit like the line 6 and throw his guitar.
Yeah.
And he's just like dancing, and I'm like, you dance great, but what the rip is that?
Yeah.
It's like you got the line 6 thing happening.
But then, like, meanwhile, I'm listening to Dream Crusher in the car. Like,
Yeah.
But if you go into
it's
it,
just
like,
different.
It
you
is
expect
different.
like absurd music, that's one thing, but when you go like, I'm gonna go hear a jam band, you're like, where the fuck is the jam happening?
Right.
That
yeah.
part.
It's
Yeah.
To each their own.
To
Now
each their
I don't
own.
because
And
everyone
bless
trashes
them.
all of our shit. They trash your shit too. So
Hardcore. It's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's here's the trashing music. Maybe we should just say thank you and cut it. You guys got to get to your show.
Yeah,
and,
we need to go.
But
Thank you so
um,
much.
I don't know. Do you want to say any closing things?
Anything you have coming up or?
We're going to be on tour for a while.
we're
I guess
on
it
tour
depends when
forever.
this comes
I know
out.
it takes a minute to get this.
Yeah.
shit out.
Yeah, I guess if it's out early November time, then
happening.
we'll be on tour in Europe and UK.
Yeah.
That's sick. I'm so grateful for you all. It's just cool. We
Thank
met
you.
really quick and we became friends, and this is awesome.
Yeah.
and
Thank you
thanks
for having
it
us.
on such a short notice too.
Yeah.
because
course.
the band on tours thing rarely works out.
Totally.
It's so hard
Yeah.
to schedule
Yeah.
in.
And even if it comes out after your tour, like if someone's listening to this or watching this, like please, you I don't know. Yeah, you're on the level. It's so sick. I hope
Thank you.
I hope everything happens for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll get you a Bible.
Likewise. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do people get your Bible? by
Well,
the way?
we have them in the van.
But I mean, like,
Yeah,
if
on
people
tour.
Oh,
listen-
in general,
Yeah, come to a show.
yeah, we'll sell them at the shows, and at some point they'll be online, but we'll be on tour for a while. So
Yeah, it's kind of hard to ship them when we're on tours.
course.
Yeah. It'll be on. Yeah, we have to hand them to you because they're blessed, and then
Cool.
we want to be in charge of who receives them. So
is there
come receive them.
holy
from
tap
us.
water involved or anything?
There's some holy water in there. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Stink bomb.
Yeah. That is good. Stink bombs are great, actually. Everyone should have
That's
them,
a
I
cool
think.
idea.
But it will ruin your show if someone else throws them at you.
Okay.
Right.
That's happened to me before, too.
That's so crazy
Yeah.
that I wonder if anyone's ever going to be aggressive with us. That'd be crazy.
I mean, if you do it long
It's,
enough,
once you
it
said
will
slash
happen.
your tires, I was like, whoa. It was like somebody shooting you. It didn't even like register. I was like, oh, cool.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like people slashing your tires is crazy.
Usually it's
I'm
just
so
one
sorry.
tire, though. I'm like, are you fucking serious? You only got one? We do have a spare.
Right.
If you want to fucking have-
Lazy.
yeah, if
Put the
you're like
donut.
if you're a
Won't hurt you
badass,
that
you'll get
bad.
all four. And
Well,
then,
maybe they don't want to be a badass, and like, I just want to waste 40 minutes of these guys' time.
I just want to
Yeah.
inconvenience you.
I don't want to dick out for 2 hours. They have somewhere to go.
They got someone else to
but
be
I'm going
into.
to ruin their 7-Eleven trip.
yeah.
Wild.
Be safe and
Thank
good
you.
luck with
Thank
everything.
you.
And,
Yeah.
y'all are awesome.
Hey, Scott!
Hey, buddy.
There it is.
This is Scott.
This is Scott Osment. Hey, we're back. This is the tail end of our podcast episode 47.
Yep. Cumgirl8.
Cumgirl8, thank you very much. We hope you enjoyed that. We highly suggest you check out all of our other podcasts. There's 46 other ones. Check out Cumgirl8. We want to thank our sponsors. They're all fucking awesome. I want to thank
Yep.
Scott for being awesome.
Andy, Becky.
And you guys, the viewer, listener, subscriber, whatever.
Yeah. And this guy has a really interesting podcast, and if he doesn't do it, I'm going to steal it.
It's a good one.
Okay, great.
It'll be a spin-off of this. Maybe not. Anyhow, this guy.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. See you later.
Cult and Culture is a Ruinous Media podcast proudly sponsored by Earthquaker Devices, Heartwork Coffee, Diodario, Kindred, Smashed Plastic Record Pressing, and San Diego Food Shed.
Planet B.